Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm here with another quick, just little filler video for you. I have a couple of big projects in the works, so while I am still working to finish those out, I'm getting up a couple small ones that easy for me to film. And this is something that I've got this game. Actually, I recently got it in the Bloodborne Kickstarter. But in reading online, I stumbled across a few things, and I started doing a little more research on it, and it turns out there's a little truth behind it. So, CMON, the company behind the Bloodborne Kickstarter, is evidently having a little bit of trouble when it comes to their Kickstarters and actually getting the Kickstarter to people's hands. I saw online some comments about it. Evidently, there was one gentleman who had ordered it, and it supposedly had arrived. It was showing delivered, and then nothing. Like, it never arrived. He could prove it. So he's contacting their support, and they're basically like, well, the shipping company said they delivered it, so, you're kind of on your own at this point. So I went over to the comments section on Bloodborne, and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? This is one of their most recent Kickstarters, and here we go. I have still not received the game or any tracking information. And I had this game in my hand I want to say 2 months ago, somewhere around there. And I understand it can take a while to get these Kickstarters out, but it seems like it's more of an issue. So I'm not sure if it's a thing with their shipper, whoever they use to distribute the games, or what choices they're making. But this is kind of like a buyer beware when it comes to CMON Kickstarters. We got another one here. I was told they didn't even send my order because my pledge manager was messed up, which I know it was not. So because my order was never sent, my only options were to pay for the late all-in pledge or get a refund. I chose a refund, obviously, because I'm not going to send them more money when they messed up my pledge the first time. Mr. Joshua here saying the pledge manager messed up and he didn't get it. We've got another fraudulent company with no regard for customer service. They don't belong on Kickstarter. Someone else, the next one in line, I don't have my game yet. Someone could please help me. I didn't get a tracking number. Please help. Hi, I just realized I haven't received this game. I've been working on my house, so I haven't been able to keep track of packages. Few people have had issues with content. And I understand when it comes to this, you're not going to get a lot of people who really enjoy it coming back to comment. Usually people comment when they're upset. And I get that. So the squeaky voices are going to be the voices that were upset for one reason or another. But it does appear to be a common trend of the game actually not arriving. This one still doesn't have the core. So evidently they're waiting on a response, but they're not getting any responses. And that's another common thing that I noticed in a lot of the comments. Because I'm not going through all the comments, but I read down through the comments on this and a few other of their Kickstarters. And it seems like it's hard to get a response. And I'm kind of wondering if they're pushing out too much, too fast, and they're losing track. Right? See another one here. Still no answer from support. What do we have here? So got a message today after sending my fourth, I'm assuming that means, support ticket, plus having Kickstarter message them to reply to people's support. It says they will ship my pledge. We'll see if that's true. Hopefully anyone else still waiting also gets theirs. How are they going to send replacement cards? Jordy, it seems like this is what this company does. Instead of making things right, they take a portion of your money and refund the rest. They messed up my pledge and did the same thing. They've exhibited the worst customer service I've ever experienced. It sucks that they don't give two craps about the people who pledged all this money to make the game even happen. All right, so none of the comments here are good so far, and this is just the top few from today. So that kind of made me think, all right, well, what's going on with some of their other Kickstarters? So I pulled up a few more, and Zombicide released a little while back, and the thing is, you can actually buy this Zombicide Invader on on retail. Now, I eyeballed it on Miniature Market. I considered getting it. I actually ended up getting Night of the Living Dead instead. It was a hard choice too. I was trying to pick between them. I'm not faulting their games. I think their games are fine. Obviously because they've sold a lot of them. But it seems like they're dropping the ball, and when it comes to support, and this is what I really think makes the difference between a good company and a excellent company. Anyone can make a mistake. Anyone can. That's fine. Businesses make mistakes all the time. It's how you handle that mistake. It's how you handle your customer that determines whether or not they're going to be a continuing customer or not. Companies like Academy Games, I could contact them right now, and I know I would get a message relatively quickly, and they're going to bend the hell over backwards to make sure I'm happy. No, I mean, they're not going to let me scam them, but if there's a problem and they can rectify it, they're going to jump on it. And I'm just tossing out Academy Games as an example. There are plenty of others that would treat their customers the same way, but this is a little disconcerting, and it makes me question whether or not I'm going to back any more games from CMON. And you guys, I mean, by all means, feel free to put down your experiences in the comments. Let me know what you think, because this is just one man putting out his thoughts. If you guys have different experiences, if you have good experiences, by all means, put it in the comments so that information can get out there a little bit. Because like I said, it's going to be more the ones who are having the bad experience that are going to do the moaning and the griping and the complaining. So I'm trying to be as fair to them as I can. But here, this one is even messages from a few months back, because this Kickstarter, I don't even remember when it did it last updated, March 8th, 2021, but the campaign, I think, was from a year or so ago, year and a half, somewhere around there. I know they funded and shipped out the games a while back, because it's been on retail for a while. And even just a few months ago, they were having people who had not received the item, and it was already in retail. So they should not, especially have not received anything at all, but charged their credit card twice. I'd be a little pissed if I were that fella. Yeah, my zombies item fader's lost. I have nothing, no games, no emails, nothing. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. I won't be back. Never received anything. Help. So you guys see what I'm saying? There's a pattern here emerging. Stuff's going to get lost. That's going to happen, and that's fine, as long as the company makes steps to rectify that. But when it's been in retail for a hot minute, and months afterwards, you still have your backers, the people who brought this to life, 18,000 backers, almost 19 backers, then those people need to get the games in their hands first, or damn near close to it. I understand your company's got to pay bills, they got to get crap to retail. I get it, but the people who are putting the big money in your pocket, because when you send it to retail, you're only getting a percentage, right? That retailer is going to take it. You're a wholesaler at that point. So the people who backed on Kickstarter, I guarantee you, they pay more than the retailer is going to pay for the game. Now the retailer is probably going to buy a handful, 5, 10, 20 copies, whatever. So I understand wanting to sell to them, but take care of the individual, because that bad word of mouth is going to spread. And here, Night of the Living Dead. I've got this one. I want to get it to the table at some point. And I got this just because I freaking love the movie, man. It's Night of the Living Dead. Come on, it's a classic, absolute classic. But let's click on the comments, because I think this one had some of the same things. Seriously, reshipping it is the solution. It shouldn't take 2 months, considering I have already paid their extra shipping costs. Ship or refund everything. And this was a couple of months ago. I have not received my copy yet. The shipping partner that CMON, or GameQuest or ShipQuest, whatever they're calling themselves now, aren't able to ship anything. I paid extra for reshipping because it didn't have any data validation. They still haven't shipped it in the last 2 months. You guys see what I'm kind of saying here? That there's a pattern, and I just clicked on CMON, and I clicked a couple of random Kickstarters. I went with the zombie ones because they do a lot of zombie games, so there's plenty of those. But I shouldn't be able to click on 3 Kickstarters like this and find, this type of stuff. Now, I will give it. I did click on hate, and I was reading through the comments here, and the hate for a game called Hate. There were not a buttload of bad comments here, and I wasn't seeing a whole lot of people saying I still haven't got it. Now, the problem with this one is that people were upset over the fact that this was supposed to be a Kickstarter exclusive, and it ended up going to retail. And as before, like I was just saying, it's sold at retail cheaper than it's sold at the Kickstarter. So people were upset that they could have waited to buy it and got the game cheaper. And you know what? I can understand that. That seemed to be the problem when it came to this game. A lot of people were upset about that. Like this one, I'm totally fine with it going to the general public. It makes the sincerity of CMON sales pitch game a little blah, blah, blah. But for people that missed out or missed expansions, I'm happy they get the game. Sadly, I've never been able to play Hate myself. The price difference is most likely decided by the retailer, not CMON after all as well. Personally, I wish other Kickstarter exclusive games like Rum and Bones had been retail available in entirety way back. Oh yeah, way back, because it looked neat. But since I couldn't complete the game, I never bothered. And I'm kind of like that too, because I don't like to feel like I missed out. Like I got the FOMO thing, and I know plenty of you guys have that. I hate missing Kickstarter extras. It bothers me. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. This one does not seem to have a bunch of people complaining about missing games. Now, I didn't scroll all the way through the 30,000 comments. I'm sure there's one or two in there, but it wasn't the top of the list like it was with the other three. So 3 out of the 4, with 3 of them just being random games that I selected, they've had something like 48 or 50 Kickstarters they've launched. Damn, I didn't even realize they'd had that many, and randomly selecting games, finding that 3 out of the 4 of the selection, because Bloodborne wasn't random. That's the one that drew me here originally. Have problems. Have the issue where people aren't getting their stuff. It could be a thing. So it might be that you want to take and kind of hang back a little bit. You might want to wait and get it at retail because, hey, if you get it at retail, you might miss out on a thing or two, but you're guaranteed to get it. You're not throwing your money out into the void. If you're like me, though, and you're afraid you might miss out on the extras, or you like the extra minis and bonuses because it's just so friggin' awesome opening the box and seeing all the cool stuff, then you're going to have to take your chances. So it's just a buyer beware. This could happen. I'm not saying it is going to happen. I'm probably going to keep my ear to the ground on this and just see how it develops out over time. If the CMON says anything about it. I don't wish bad for them. I want them to do well. And maybe they're having that issue that some companies do as they grow, that they get bigger and their staff is overwhelmed. I'm really sure that their support staff probably is overwhelmed right now trying to handle support for the plethora of games they've got out because they've ran so many Kickstarters in such a quick succession. I mean, hell, they just did the Western theme Zombicide, the Zombicide second edition. Those are 2 I can think of off the top of my head in just the past month or 2 that they've ran. Their support has got to be just devastated right now. So maybe they see this, they think, hey, let's hire another person or 2 to, answer some of these emails, because goodwill will bring the customer back, but bad will keep a lot more customers away because you're much more likely to say something. You're much more likely to go tell your buddies, no, don't buy from them. I like their games, but last time I bought something from them, they never gave it to me. And when I showed them that, hey, the tracking here, it was delivered to the wrong address, they basically told me to pound sand. That's not how you want to treat your people. You don't want to come back to comments from your Kickstarters a little bit later and seeing, we didn't get it, we didn't get it, we didn't get it, we didn't get it, one after another. That's going to cause issues. People are going to get a little butthurt over that. I don't mind waiting. I know stuff can happen. I get it. But put it in my hand, at some point. At least let me know. Hell, I'm still livid with the company. Magic Works Games, took me a sec to remember the name of them. And I still post occasionally on their Facebook page just reminding people never to buy from them. Because myself and a few buddies of mine all ordered X-Wing items from them, like this nice acrylic template set that they were doing. And they barely shipped out any. Barely shipped out any of them. Like, I don't know what they did. They said and I think they probably had some manufacturing issue. It might have been out of their hands, but they dropped the ball severely, and then they literally just started ignoring people. And they were trying to sell things on retail before, I'm talking like 80% of their backers had received their items. I'm not talking about CMON, just saying again, this is a different company, Magic Works Games. They seriously dropped the ball. I would never, ever purchase from them again, and I would tell everyone never to buy from them again because they are such a horrible company. Now, CMON is not there, but if they continue down this trend, not delivering stuff and then not having enough support to help people when they are having legitimate issues, they could end up there. All right, I'll stop rambling, but yeah, definitely put your comments down below. If you've had good issues, you've had bad issues, let me know. I definitely want to hear if you've had good. I don't want to just hate on the company for no reason. So if you've had some good experiences with them that they've taken care of in a quick, efficient manner, by all means, put it down below and let people know about it. All right, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I'll talk to you in the next one.